I wanna go home.
This is her now. A disgusting pool of flesh. This was her once. A beautiful actress. She was supposed to take her final bow with a trophy in hand, exiting in glory. But a filming accident sent her plunging into the water. She struggled desperately in the water, unable to grasp even a thread of hope for escape. The security guard stood frozen in place, taking far too long to react.
Are you just standing there? Help her! Help her!
By this time, Lisa was nearly suffocating. She instinctively grabbed onto a metal plate, but accidentally released a cloud of smoke. The smoke traveled through the water and into Lisa's nostrils. Before she could react, Lisa was pulled to safety. Despite her current disheveled state, she maintained her ladylike composure and asked her assistant to bring a towel. But everyone's faces showed expressions of horror. Lisa looked confused until her assistant brought out a mirror and she finally saw it. Her beautiful face now looked as if it had melted, rotting into a mass of flesh. The mirror fell to the ground and shattered, just like her performing dreams. Under everyone's horrified stares, she fled the scene in panic. To survive. She even worked as a house cleaner for others. But the huge gap in status made her emotions collapse. Whenever she couldn't control her emotions, her face would begin to deform. But just as she calmed down, she received notice that her employer had fired her. After losing her queen's crown, she was nothing. She could only put on elaborate makeup again and try her luck at a film company. But the director was a creep. He put his hand on Lisa's thigh and gestured for her to sit on his lap. Because she desperately needed this opportunity, Lisa stood up and sat on the director's lap. As the director's actions became increasingly inappropriate, Lisa's emotions spiraled out of control. By the time the director realized what was happening, he had already been consumed by Lisa's flesh mass. Lisa completely lost direction in life after this. She hated how her condition made others look down on her, and even more, she hated that she couldn't control this ability. So she sought out John's estate, having heard he'd taken in many monsters like herself. Perhaps he could completely cure her condition. After learning her purpose, John told her, physical illness can be treated, but mental illness is hard to cure. It was precisely because Lisa couldn't control her emotions that her superpower went out of control. He recommended a psychologist named David to Lisa. David could enter people's consciousness and guide them. He pulled Lisa into a void and calmed her emotions. Sure enough, when Lisa woke up, her legs were normal again. Afterward, John took her in and arranged for her to stay at the estate. Here, she wasn't the only monster. There was Jack, who became a robot after a car accident. There was Carl, who became a spirit after a plane crash. There was Amy, who split into 64 personalities due to schizophrenia. The chief brought them all together to form an unconventional superhero team.